Time now for an early edition of Keller at Large. It's been said the two passions of Massachusetts are sports and politics.
And it's been a championship year for the Red Sox. Jon Keller takes a look at what it's been like on Beacon Hill.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome and Happy New Year to one and all. Was there turbulence on Beacon Hill in 2018? Come on. There's always some turbulence. We had unexpected leadership changes in the Senate. Some leadership figures in the House lost their re-election bids, and Governor Baker had his struggles with the state police scandal and dealing with the MBTA. But for the most part, it was a relatively smooth ride this past year on Beacon Hill. A booming economy, a mostly status quo affirming election. What now? Let's talk about that with two razor-sharp reporters from the State House News Service on Beacon Hill, Katie Lannan on the left of your screen and Matt Murphy. Katie, Matt, welcome. Happy New Year to both of you.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too, John.
Thank you for being here. So let's start with Governor Baker, who will be sworn in for a second term this coming Thursday. You'll be able to watch that live here on WBZ. Do you expect the relative love fest between the Republican governor and the Democrat-run legislature to continue, or are there some potholes around the corner? Katie, what do you think?
Well, you know, one thing we've seen is that, as you said, we've got a lot of people returning, including the governor, including House Speaker Robert DeLeo, and the two have had a good working relationship together. They're close in mind on a lot of major policies. A kind of wild card will be Senate President Karen Spilka, who will round out the big three. She's returning for her first full term in that seat after the leadership shakeups you mentioned. And she tends to be more progressive, and how much she'll push that really remains a question at this point. And if the newly elected progressive members of the legislature will help push the body in that direction to kind of counter to the Baker-DeLeo line.
And the Senate is a lot more liberal than the House to begin with, Matt.
Certainly it is, and you know, I think they've added 4 new members to their progressive caucus. I recently spoke with Senator Jamie Eldridge, who leads that group. They now number 18, which is a majority of the Democrats in the Senate this year. So they could be looking to push some issues that the House has been a little resistant to, maybe a bigger climate change bill, something like that. But you also hit on something, I think, with the booming economy. And if we listen to the economists who testified at a revenue hearing in December about perhaps the good times coming to an end, if not in 2019, but on the near horizon, that could create some friction between the legislature and the executive.
Well, we're so reliant on trade here in a lot of our economic sectors, and you see economic instability in Europe and in Asia, certainly in China. Senate President Spilka did a sit-down with the Globe the other day in which she floated our old friend new taxes, in this case focusing on improving transportation infrastructure. What happens if that comes roaring out of the box?
I mean, I think that's something we're going to see people talking about. Transportation and education were the two big funding areas. People had been looking to the so-called millionaires tax, which got knocked off the 2018 ballot by the Supreme Judicial Court, as a potential funding source. And people still want to invest in transportation and education. People's commutes are still bad. Classrooms are still struggling. But that's really an open question as we head into the new session is, will there be new revenue, new taxes to fund the investments people want to see?
Speaker DeLeo has been in sync with Governor Baker on saying that's a non-starter. Is that still going to be the case?
He has, and that is the big question. I think we'll probably learn and see where this goes in the first few months. I mean, if you look back historically, these things kind of go in cycles, and I think they raised the sales tax in 2009. Right. They came back with a tax package in 2013 for transportation and education. So it's been about 5 years since they really tackled taxes, and DeLeo has not ruled it out this session.
Well, history suggests if they're going to do it, they do it early in the 2-year session, so it's maybe less of an issue come re-election time. But on that note, let's take a little break, and when we continue, we'll talk about some of our more prominent politicians and the moves they may be making in 2019. So please, stay with us.